Hare Krishna. Devotion defangs and domesticates our desires. Our desires are often considered to be dangerous on the spiritual path because our desires can often very easily entrap us. We desire things which entangle us in this world. The Bhagavad-gita in fact says that it is our desire to enjoy that is the cause of our entanglement. Purusha prakritistho hi bhunte prakritijan gunan karanam guna sangosya sad asad yoni janmasu. So in 13.22 Krishna says Purusha prakritistho hi bhunte. The soul becomes situated in material nature because of the desire to enjoy. Bhunte prakritijan gunan. Because of the desire to enjoy the fruits of material nature. Now the desires in themselves are not bad and they can't even be given up entirely because we are conscious beings, and to be conscious means to have desires. We can't live without desires. So the process of yoga, especially Ashtanga yoga, focuses on giving up desires, but the process of Bhakti yoga focuses not on this difficult task of giving up desires, but it focuses on purifying our desires. It defang, that means a snake has fangs, and the snake bites. Now the snake is defanged, then although the snake may be there, and the snake may hiss also, but the snake does not bite. So the problem is not desires itself. The problem is ignorant desires. The problem is misdirected desire. We are eternal beings, and instead of striving for desiring eternal things, the supreme eternal reality Krishna, we are desiring temporary things in this world. So devotion helps us understand. When we cultivate a bhakti worldview, then we recognize that everything comes from Krishna, and more importantly, everything's attractiveness comes from Krishna. In 10.41 in the Bhagavad-gita, Krishna explains that Yadyat vibhuti matsatvam shrimadurjitam eva va tattadevam gachatvam mama tejomsha sambhava. That whatever is attractive, whatever is opulent, whatever is beautiful in this world, it springs from a spark of Krishna's splendor. So what happens is that when we get devotion, then we see everything in connection with Krishna. And instead of desiring things independently for our self-centered pleasure, we see their desirability as a spark of Krishna's supreme desirability. And we understand that if we are in cold, then a spark cannot give us adequate warmth, but the sun can give us abundant warmth. So similarly, we understand that although the objects in this world are very desirable, they alone cannot satisfy us. Rather, they point us towards the one who will offer us supreme satisfaction, and we turn towards him. We become increasingly focused in loving him, serving him, and becoming attracted to him. So our desires become domesticated. Say if an animal is wild, then that animal attacks us. But if the animal is domesticated, then the domesticated animal assists us. So for example, a wild dog is dangerous, but a pet dog or domestic dog acts as a guard, acts as an assistant. So like that, our desires become assistants on our spiritual path when we start practicing bhakti. And that is the wonderful transformation that bhakti brings about. That it purifies our desires, and instead of they being dangerous, it removes their fangs, and not only are they no longer enemies, but they become our friends, propelling our journey towards Krishna. Arjuna, after hearing about Krishna's supreme position and supremacy of devotion in the Bhagavad-gita, desires to hear more and more about Krishna. And that desire enlivens and enlightens him, and ultimately situates him firmly on the path to eternal liberation. And similarly, when we desire to know Krishna, to love Krishna, to serve Krishna, then that desire propels us out of this dangerous material existence to Krishna's supremely safe and satisfying lotus feet.